You know that the best of this person is already in the past. It's not just a feeling, it's a reality. The memories you hold are nothing more than echoes of a time that will not return. What you idealize as the peak no longer exists. You are aware of this. This person now exhibits a pattern that repeats itself. They appear, make promises that they do not keep, and then pull away again. And you? You wait, justify the absences, and adapt to what is left. The cycle continues, but there is no progress. The truth is that what was good will not return. What you consider a comeback is merely an illusion. The bond remains because you choose to sustain it. Not because the connection is strong, but because you are afraid to cut it. In your mind, there might be a hope that everything will go back to how it was. That hope is a trap. Every time you accept what does not hold, you reinforce a structure that does not benefit you. You are not dealing with a love that has transformed. You are dealing with a dependency disguised as affection. When someone truly cares, there is no need for explanations. The presence is constant, not an empty promise. The lack of consistency speaks louder than any word. The truth is uncomfortable, but necessary. You are not trapped. You are simply paralyzed in the expectation of something that will not come. And this paralysis, in turn, is a choice. If you need to make an effort to maintain the connection, it is not a relationship. It is an exhaustion. By remaining available, the scenario remains functional for the other. As long as you accept this dynamic, nothing will change. What you consider best is a memory that no longer matches the current reality. It is time to face what is before you. It is time to free yourself from what no longer exists and look forward. There is no comfortable ending here. There is only the moment when you decide to stop waiting for what will not return. The future may be much more promising, but it requires a clear and firm decision. It's time to understand that nothing changes without a rupture. The continuity of your pain depends solely on you. The reality has already been presented. You know that the dynamic is not healthy. By observing the patterns, it becomes clear that repetition is a sign of stagnation. What once seemed promising is now just a vicious cycle. You've seen this happen before. The same behavior, the same response from you, and the result remains the same. This person may even offer words that resonate as comfort, but they are just that, words. What really matters is action. The absence of consistent action is what reveals the lack of commitment. You expect something to change, but the reality is that nothing changes without a real effort from both parties. When someone distances themselves, it is not just a phase, it is a choice. And you need to recognize that. Absence is not a sign of love, it is a sign of disinterest. You are clinging to an idea that expectation is a path to love, but this expectation is a trap. Each time you accept the absence, you also accept the reality that you are not a priority. You may try to convince yourself that there is a logical explanation, but the fact is that logic does not apply to unbalanced relationships. The logic is clear. If the other party is not willing to invest time and effort, you must reevaluate what you are investing in the relationship. What you consider love is, in fact, a poorly sustained attachment. Looking at this situation with clarity is not easy. It can be uncomfortable, but you need to work through that discomfort. Facing the truth is the first step to change. If you don't do this, you will remain in this cycle. And this cycle does not bring happiness, it brings frustration. You may think you are doing your best. You justify your actions, believing that patience is a virtue. But patience in such a relationship is actually a form of denial. Complacency is not a solution. It is a way to remain in pain. Your willingness to accept less is a reflection of how you see yourself. Every time you settle for less than you deserve, you are sending a clear message about your own worth. You need to recognize that you do not deserve to be treated as an option. What you need is presence, genuine commitment, not empty promises that never materialize. This person may bring up pleasant memories, but they should not be the basis of your current decision. What really matters is the present. What do you have now? What are you living now? What are you experiencing now? You have a repeating pattern, and that is not love, it is emotional exhaustion. The reality is that you have control over your decisions. You are not a victim. You are making choices that sustain this dynamic, and the choice to remain in this situation is yours. It is important to understand that maintaining an unsustainable relationship is a conscious decision. You can change that decision at any time. What you idealize as love may not be more than a fear of being alone. That fear can be paralyzing, but you have the power to face it. Loneliness may seem scary, but the pain of waiting is much more painful. The freedom that comes with the decision to walk away may be uncomfortable at first, but it is essential for your growth. You are not responsible for changing the other person. Each individual is responsible for their own actions. If this person is not willing to change or commit, you should not feel guilty for moving on. The responsibility is theirs, not yours. You are not here to save anyone. Your priority must always be you. It is time to stop tolerating what is unacceptable. It's time to allow yourself to feel the pain of the breakup. This pain is temporary and necessary. What you will gain by facing this reality will be much greater than any temporary comfort the current relationship might offer. You deserve something that not only feels like love but truly is. The cost of continuing is high. With each passing day, you are investing time and energy into something that brings no return. This investment must be reassessed. What do you gain by remaining in this cycle? The answer is clear: nothing. And it is this clarity that will allow you to make different choices. The future depends on your willingness to act in the present. If you continue to wait for changes that will never come, you will only be prolonging your own suffering. You need to decide that you will not accept this situation anymore. It's necessary to create space for new possibilities, for new experiences that are truly worthwhile. You are not alone. Many people face similar situations, but the difference lies in the willingness to act. Change does not happen on its own. You need to be the agent of that change. The responsibility is yours. The power to transform your reality is in your hands. Thus, by facing the truth, you free yourself. Free yourself from what no longer serves you. Free yourself from what no longer exists. The first step is to recognize the reality in front of you. The second is to decide that you deserve more. The continuation of your pain depends only on you. The reality has already been presented. You must recognize that the choice to remain in an unsustainable relationship is ultimately yours. This choice is not about love, but about the resistance to face the truth. The truth is that you have the ability to change your situation, but this change requires the courage to let go of what no longer serves you. The empty promises you receive lack substance. They are just words that mask the lack of real commitment. This person may have tried to convince you that the situation is unique, but the reality is that you are trapped in a vicious cycle. Each reunion brings the same narrative, the expectation that things will be different, followed by the disappointment that comes with repetition. You have become accustomed to waiting for actions that never materialize. This habit of tolerating the unacceptable creates a pattern of emotional wear that corrodes your self-esteem. When you adapt to a situation that harms you, you begin to internally justify that choice. However, this justification does not change the essence of what is happening. The lack of significant action speaks louder than any promise that was made. Remember that presence should be a given, not an exception. When someone truly cares, presence is constant, not intermittent. Absence is a clear sign of disinterest. This person may not intend to hurt you, but the truth is that the lack of commitment is painful. You deserve more than a connection based on unfounded hopes. You may think that patience is a virtue, but patience in a relationship that does not progress is a form of denial. This denial does not bring happiness, only frustration. What you need is clarity. You need to understand that continuing an unsustainable pattern is not a demonstration of love, but rather a reflection of your willingness to accept less than you deserve. It is time to stop deceiving yourself. The pain of breaking up may seem daunting, but the pain of waiting is much more intense. The discomfort that comes with the decision to walk away is a sign of growth. You should not feel guilty for seeking what is best for you. The responsibility for change is not in your hands, but in the actions of the other. When you realize that you are not responsible for the change of the other, a weight is lifted off your shoulders. This liberation allows you to start seeking what you truly deserve. True love is one that is reciprocal, sustained by actions and not just words. When someone is not willing to invest time and effort, that should be a clear sign that it is not worth continuing. You are not a victim of this situation. You have the power to decide what is best for you. Over time, you may have become accustomed to accepting less, but now is the time to reverse this situation. The choice to remain in a cycle of pain is a conscious decision, But it is also a decision that can be changed at any time. Consider what you really want. What do you want for your life? Pleasant memories of the past should not cloud your view of the present. What you are living now is far from being healthy. You must recognize that expectation is not a sign of love. It is a trap that can keep you in a cycle of disillusionment. With each passing day, you deserve a relationship that brings joy and not just emotional wear and tear. What you need is genuine commitment, not promises that never come to fruition. Your willingness to accept less is a reflection of how you see yourself. Each time you adapt to a situation that does not value you, you are sending a clear message about your own worth. Change begins when you decide that you will no longer accept this dynamic. What you idealize as love may be nothing more than a fear of being alone. Loneliness may seem terrifying, but the pain of waiting is unbearable. The freedom that comes with the decision to step away can be uncomfortable at first, but it is essential for your growth. You should not feel guilty for moving on. The responsibility lies with the other person. Continue allowing yourself to feel the pain of the breakup. This pain is temporary but necessary for your growth. You deserve something that not only feels like love, but truly is. The cost of staying in this cycle is high. What do you gain by continuing this pattern? The answer is clear. Nothing. This clarity will allow you to make different choices. The future depends on your willingness to act in the present. If you keep waiting for changes that will never come, you are only prolonging your suffering. You need to decide that you will no longer accept this situation. Create a space for new opportunities, for experiences that are truly worthwhile. You are not alone in this struggle. Many people face similar situations, but the difference lies in the willingness to act. Change does not happen on its own. You need to be the agent of that change. The power to transform your reality is in your hands. By facing the truth, you free yourself. Free yourself from what no longer serves you. The first step is to recognize the reality before you. The second step is to decide that you deserve more. The continuation of your pain depends only on you. The reality has already been presented. It is time to act. The situation you face is not a matter of luck or misfortune. It is a choice you have repeatedly made. Each interaction with this person reinforces a pattern that brings no benefits. It is important to realize that the continuation of this dynamic is your decision. What you accept is what becomes real. Time will not change the other person's lack of commitment. Empty promises do not become true just because you wish them to be. This reality is difficult, but necessary for your clarity. The repetition of actions that lead nowhere should be a warning sign. This is not about love. It is about your willingness to accept less. You must be aware that change will not happen spontaneously. By staying in this cycle, you are merely delaying the inevitable. Emotional disconnection will not resolve itself. It is essential that you take action. The power of change is in your hands. You have the capability to stop this harmful dynamic. Life should not be defined by unmet expectations. This person is not investing what is necessary. This realization should not be a reason for sadness, but liberation. You no longer need to wait for something that does not materialize. What you deserve is real presence and commitment. You must face the pain of the breakup. This pain is temporary but essential. It is what will allow you to reassess your choices and patterns. Every time you accept less, you diminish your self-worth. Your self-esteem should be built on solid foundations, not frustrated expectations. What you are experiencing now is not love. It is wear and tear. Emotional wear and tear is not sustainable. You can choose to step away and seek relationships that truly value you. This choice should not be seen as a loss, but as an opportunity for growth. The absence of reciprocity should be a clear sign that it is time to move on. Every day you stay in this situation is a day lost. You should not fear loneliness. Loneliness is a space where you can rediscover yourself and evaluate what you truly want. What you consider love may actually be disguised attachment. Recognizing this is an important step. By freeing yourself from the expectation that the other person will change, you make room for new experiences. What you need are relationships that bring joy, not frustration. Waiting for changes that will not come is a way to remain in a cycle of pain. Action is required. Action is what brings transformation. By making decisions that prioritize your well-being, you put yourself first. The love you seek should be reciprocal, solid, and real. Be honest with yourself. What do you really want for your life? You deserve something that brings genuine happiness. Each passing day is a new opportunity to act. Do not let fear or uncertainty hinder your growth. You have the power to change your reality. The decision to step away is yours, and that decision could be the key to your future. What you decide now will shape your upcoming experiences. It's time to leave behind what no longer serves you. The future is a blank canvas, and you are the artist of your own life. Before you go, do two things now. Take a deep breath and hold on to what touched your heart today. And, if it makes sense, share this story with someone who also needs to hear this.